Somebody tell me what you're doing. I would love to know what you're doing at home right now. What are you doing? How do you turn on the TV? How do you watch any news other than right here? Please inform me. Tell me what you're doing. What news are you comfortable watching now? Now that all these companies are literally in cahoots with this administration. Tell me I'm wrong. I mean, this is, what am I watching? Anyway, we'll get into all that. I'm Drayton Nay. Welcome to the Dray Way. Glad you're here. One thing I can tell you for sure on this show, everybody, is you're going to get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Oh my God. We got a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. This is nuts. Let's get going. Let's go. Welcome to the Dray Way. I mean, we're Russia now. I never, ever thought I would see this in my lifetime, but welcome to Russia, everybody. And don't look at me going, Russia, what are you talking about? What do you mean, what am I talking about? What do you mean, what am I talking about? How are we any different? There's Putin and there's Trump. How are they different? Somebody help me out here, because we now have state-run TV. Hey, get rid of Jimmy Kimmel. Oh, okay, Mr. President, we'll get rid of him right away. Oh yeah, get rid of that other guy on that other, Stephen Colbert. Get rid of him too. Okay, we got rid of him. Who else do you want us to get rid of, Mr. President? See, what you don't understand, these companies are not cowering to the president. That's not happening. They are literally in cahoots, because all these companies are about is making money. Make no mistake about this. This is just about making money. And right now, you're allowed to make money however you want. All you have to do is kick back to the president. That's how things are now. You don't have to worry about anything. Regulations? What regulations? I mean, how many times in the last 10 years have banks been, oh, you got to pay a fine. You were laundering money for the cartel. Oops. Sorry. Okay, here's a few $1,000,000. We won't do that again. How many times? And now, under this administration, literally all you have to do is go, yeah, we're gonna do whatever we want, but we're gonna make sure the president gets his taste. Okay. All right. That's good. So all these media companies, do you think they give a rat's butt about what is right? No. They clearly don't, because they're now like, oh, whatever you want, Mr. President, whatever you want, whatever you say, And the president's like, I don't want anybody saying anything derogatory about me. You can't say anything bad about me. If you do, you have a license, and I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it because you can't say. Holy good Lord. We talked about this yesterday. It's literally, we have a document that doesn't mean shit now. The U.S. Constitution doesn't mean a damn thing. These Republicans are doing whatever they want. And what's going to, the high court's not going to do anything. They've already shown they're not going to say anything. They're not going to do anything. Nothing. So now we have just everything run amok. And all these corporations now know, we don't have to worry about guidelines, rules. We don't have to worry about anything. All we have to do is kick money to Trump. That's it. And we can do whatever we want. That's why I've been saying to you, if you're not invested in the stock market, if you're not investing, oh my gosh, you are insane. There is nothing stopping U.S. companies from doing whatever they want to make profit. They're allowed to do whatever. So you think I'm not, why do you think I'm pushing investing for you guys? Why do you think I'm saying, if you want to be part of this and not totally be put in the rearview mirror, you got to get invested in the market. You got to get invested, because this train ain't stopping. because businesses are allowed to do whatever they want to do because we have a businessman in leadership. And why we thought that would be I dare anyone to come into my face and tell me, oh, we should hire a businessman to run government. Government and business are opposites, you idiot. They are not the same. They are direct polar opposites. Being a good corporate businessman is on the opposite of being a good person to run government. Because corporations have one purpose and one purpose only: to make as much money as humanly possible. That is not the mission of government. The mission of government is not to make money. The mission of government is to make your lives better. The people that live in that country. Government's sole purpose is to make life better for everyone. Those are two completely different things. And why anyone thought putting two people on the same side over here, what about doing good for everybody? Doesn't effing matter. They're just trying to make as much money over here as humanly possible, to be as profitable as possible. Your leadership is over here. And they're making as much money as humanly possible. And do you know who's going into debt? The United States. Higher and higher and higher. It's insane right now. Every month we are going into such horrific debt each month. It's not funny. It's dangerously crazy. Listen to what I'm telling you. It's literally crazy. I'm not talking about, we're going to miss by a few billion or 20 billion or 50. We're missing by hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of billions in 1 month. In 1 month. So how many trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars each year are we going to be behind under Trump? Figure, 3-4 trillion dollars times 4. What's 3 or 4 times 4? 12 to 16 trillion dollars over the next 4 years? Yes. Look at my head. Yes. That's what's happening right now. They are literally siphoning the money as fast as they can. And that's why I say to you, you guys think I'm just like joking around or something. That's why I say silver and gold. Silver and gold. I have a link over here. Silver and gold. You better get invested in silver and gold, because what is our paper money? What has our paper money done? Just take a look at the chart. Stop what you're watching right now. Stop and take a look at what the dollar's done since Donald has stepped into office. Take a look at the value of the dollar. Look how much you've lost just in the last 8 months. And if instead you weren't invested in cash, you had gold 8-9 months ago, where would your value be today? Where? Have you looked just in the last 9 months what gold has done in the last 9 months? Shh. And it's going to keep going up because our paper is becoming more and more worthless, because we are going into more and more debt. And congratulations, we're now Russia. Has Russia had any problems with their economy? Because Russia has what? Russia has rich oligarchs and then everybody else. What is the United States beginning to look like? Same exact thing, just a bunch of rich oligarchs and then the rest of us. We are literally, this president is literally turning us into Russia. Right in front of our eyes. And doing it right in front of our face. State media? Damn right. You can't deny that, right? They are literally telling people what they can and cannot air. That's going on right now. You know it, I know it. We're watching it happen right now. And he's going after other shows. And he's going to get those shows too. And you're all just going to stand by and go, oh, well. So we now have state-run TV. And now corporations are having to give ownership to the government. Can you imagine if Obama had done this? Can you imagine the outcries and the, I mean, it would have been, oh my God, I can't even imagine what it would have been like. But now Donald Trump is doing it. Hey, you gotta give me a piece. I want to own part of your company. You guys are doing really well. I want ownership. So now we have the government owning business. So we have state-run TV and we have the government owning businesses. Congratulations, everybody. You now live in Russia. Let me know what you think in the comments. I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know what to say. I don't know. Welcome to Russia. Part 2 to the Dray Way coming up next. I talk about it on here. If you guys watch the show, you know I talk about it. I talk about it because I believe in it. I can see what's happening. I can see that corporations have no guardrails whatsoever. Corporate profits are going to be there no matter what they have to do. Companies like MGM just released like 800 middle managers. Companies are going to get rid of the fat. They're going to get rid of people. Certain companies are looking at how many employees they got, and they're looking to go down some by 60 to 70%. It's going to be a bloodbath next month. October is going to be the month of just firings and downsizing and all kinds of stuff in the name of profit. And I want you to understand, these companies are still going to be extremely profitable. And that's going to show up in the stock market. That's why I keep saying stock market, stock market, stock market, and also gold and silver. Gold's $3,700. Silver's $42. And it's going higher. It's going higher because the debt is just, our inflation is going to keep going up. Our debt is going out of this world. Our debt is just soaring like Trump is spending money. I mean, there are no guardrails. There's no guardrails. So I know I sound like a broken record. I know. But I'm telling you now, get your stash account, get invested in the gold and silver. Start with something or you will be left behind. I know some of you are struggling. I know some. One thing I can tell you is the answer is not in another job. Answers aren't in jobs, folks. They just aren't. This whole thing is now falling apart. And it's fallen apart because it got away. This bubble got away from us. And these housing prices are ridiculous. They don't make any sense. And what makes sense now? Why does anyone want to buy a house? Okay, I'm going to buy a house and I have to live right there. I got to live right in this house and I got to find a job. I got to find a job in the area. And I'm going to live in this house, pay the taxes, pay the HOA, pay the insurance, pay. And oh, by the way, I can do this because I have a job in the area. But a lot of people are finding out that job isn't guaranteed. That job, you can be fired from it like that at any moment, any place, any time. That job is no more secure than I don't know what. But you just signed on to a house for 30 years. And you have a job that you could be fired from tomorrow. And that is the reality that many people are going to face. I'm 62 years old in a month. I'm not buying anything. I'm not buying squat. I don't want things tied to me. I don't want to own anything other than my clothing. That's it. I don't want a bunch of possessions that I have to protect and insure and take care of. I don't want to do any of that. The older I get, the more I go, wow, this is just all especially now, this is just a scam. Especially when jobs used to mean something, when you used to have some type of security and now you have none. You want me to sign on to a 30-year house because I have a job? A job which can be cut like that? Uh-uh. Uh-uh. No, thanks. I don't want to sign on to something for 30 years because I have job, a job that someone can take away like that. And over the next year or two, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people are about to find that out. That so-called job they thought they had. I mean, there's people right now. One of my best friends, 15 years at a company. Bye. Yeah, we're cutting our workforce by a third. And you're one of the names that came up, so bye. And that's because he's 51 years old. That's all. And he's on the higher income because he's been there 15 years, so bye. See ya. Well, wait a minute. I've been here since yeah, okay, bye. Let me know what you think in the comments. I can't wait to read them this time. But don't go anywhere. Part 3 to the Dray Way coming up next. This is just a conversation between me and you. What do you do now? I'm curious. I would love to know. How do you get your news now? Who do you trust for news? And why? Because the news that I look at, the news that I watch, I don't know about you, but I laugh at most of the time. I laugh at the narrative they're trying to spin. You know, I love the fact that there are huge, massive demonstrations going on around the world. We see none of them. Isn't that fascinating? That here in different countries around the world, there are huge protests going on. And we don't see any of it. We don't. No one even so much as reports on it. Remember on the evening news how you used to get international news and people in the field and all that other stuff? Yeah. Yeah. Do you feel like anything you're watching is even real anymore? Because I know I don't. I know I don't feel like anything. It's pretty bad when I trust watching, things on TikTok and going over to the BBC. If you haven't gone over to the BBC, I highly suggest you do that, because the BBC is going to give you a lot more information than what you're getting here in America. Because our news is so censored now, it's crazy. And you have to understand, we're not going to get any bad news anymore from any outlets or anything. Donald Trump wants it so that companies don't even report their earnings every quarter. No, he wants to do that semi-annual, once a year, maybe twice a year. Why have to do it every 3 months? Why do we have to keep reporting and telling people how we're doing? He doesn't want people to know how we're doing because we're not doing well. And now the other thing that people aren't talking about is the government shuts down in like 11 days. Yeah. In like 11 days, if we don't have a new budget. And do you think these Republicans are going to get it done in 11 days? I doubt it. I doubt it. The only way that they get anything done is if Democrats help them. And I strongly, strongly suggest Democrats leave them alone. They have the House, they have the Senate, they have the White House. It's just yesterday the Republicans got through a bunch of appointees from Trump because they changed the rules. They said, we don't need 60 votes anymore. We just need a majority. And Democrats went, okay, you're in power, so you're going to change the rules that we lived by when we were in power. Okay, all right, And I'm thinking to myself, as Donald Trump goes around, the first thing I would do if when I was Gavin Newsom and I became president, because I believe Gavin Newsom is going to be our president, the first thing I would do is go to the FCC and go, I want Fox News off the air. I think it's a danger, and I think it's an emergency situation. I want them removed immediately. Go over there right now and shut them down. That would be the first thing I would do as the president of the United States. I would shut down Fox News. Just like they are going around shutting down Jimmy Kimmel and shutting down these other shows. The first show, I would shut down the entire network. Fox would be closed on day one. Let me know what you think. Don't forget, there's a new Dray Way each and every day. And I don't know where else you'd rather be. But We got a great show for you every single day. I hope you come back. And there's my son right now. So have a great day, everybody. We'll see you later.
Whoa! Look at that. Water splashing everywhere, and I didn't even get wet. Seriously, if you want a pool like this, call the people at Unique Pool Finishes.
Hey, is that a fish?